Okay, hello and welcome aboard this Fly UK A320 flight from Manchester across to Paris. Hopefully everything is working as it should. I'll just get obviously set up on VATSIM, do all the clearance, get on my way, and then of course chat. Why is it saying the video is unavailable? That's a bit frustrating. Let me just check something a minute before I find I'm talking to myself. This is my first time I've tried scheduling streams, so bear with me. Alright, we're there. Good. Don't know why it says this video is unavailable on my live control room page. Right, let's minimize that because I need to look at some other stuff. Let's see, chart page, let's minimize that down. So, right, first thing I need to do is connect up to vPilot actually. I should have activated that earlier. I don't want to download a new version of vPilot right now, thank you. I'd like to fly my plane if that's okay. Okay, we connect to simulator, so let's go connect. We are call sign. What call sign are we? Let's get that set up. UK V6 Golf Echo. We're not a B712, we're a B738. No, we're not. We're not even a B738. We're an A320. There we go. Connect. Just make sure I'm not connecting on top of anyone. No, that's good. Okay, it's flight plan. Let's get it filed. So we are departing out from EGCC. Our destination, of course, is going to be FPG. Yeah, and our alternate is, I think, Brussels. Brussels is EVGA, isn't it? No. It's EVGA, yeah. Okay, EVGA. We're going to be departing out in around about, let's say, half an hour or so. Hopefully a bit sooner than that. I just need to get up the sim brief info. Airtime is going to be about 1 hour. I'll leave fuel there. Cruising today at 3,300 feet. And routing is going to take me. Let's just delete out the SID and the star from my plan. File flight plan. Okay, so the flight plan is filed. Run through the checklists. Interesting. And why I'm down as my name and not the special one, that's curious. How bizarre. Right, let's focus on what I'm doing here at the moment. I can worry about other stuff later. So let's get the plane, start prepping the plane. Stairway engine master, I should say their battery 1 and 2 can be turned on. Super AP5, AP master start. Okay. Wait for the APU to fire up. That's interesting. Am I seeing that? There we go, that's better. That's what I want. Oh, it says this video is unavailable. Weird. Let's double check. I can see. No, I don't want to do that in a moment. God, this APU takes forever and a day to fire up, doesn't it? There we go. We're online. Brilliant. Okay, so let's get that up there actually, because we want to go and open the doors, don't we? Menu. Options, doors. Boarding. Okay, let's set the fuel, and we're going to be needing what fuel today? 6411. 6411. Brilliant. And our payload weight, zero fuel weight is 62.2. 62.2. Let's put that in there. Brilliant. No, limit page. Okay. APU start is exterior power off. GPU tracks about cabin lights, overhead console. We will have some overhead interior lighting. Yeah, parking brake set, hydraulics all set. Ground spoilers, retractors on, probe, window heat. APU bleeds can be on. Cross speeds, air compacts on. Okay, let's set the ADIRs. Emergency lighting armed. Mission auto engine button armed. Strobe lights should be on auto. They are. Radio panel. Frequency altimeter, AC clearance. So let's just go on to VATS by a minute. And we can see in Manchester we have ground. Jesus. No, I want the ground details. Yes, Manchester ground. Ah, goodness sake. Ground details. Departing flight support aircraft type, stand number on first contact. 9430. Okay, what's QNH? The ground frequency is 121.85. 121.85. Let's see what QNH is. Addons. Weather request. Patch station is 1020. God, this is messy. Stand 53. .53. Okay. 121.85.
Just for 8. Traffic is a fly B 8 Delta on the 1 mile.
Okay, come 1 to 2 decimal 8, and we have the traffic. Thanks very much for your help, and we'll see you next time. Subject 315.
Hi now.
Manchester Ground, good afternoon. Skyway 6 Golf Echo, Airbus A320 on stand 53, QNH 1020, IFR to Charles de Gaulle, please.
Skyway 6 Golf Echo, you are cleared Paris Charles de Gaulle, via December 1 Romeo departure, runway 23 right, squawk 751.
Cleared via the 71 Romeo departure, squawk 7531. Sorry, you're going to have to repeat that, I think, for Skyways 6 Golf Echo from runway 23 right as well.
Skyway 6 Golf Echo, you're nearly there, sir. Standby and the runway correct. The squawk 7251.
Squawking 7251 for Skyway 6 Golf Echo, thank you very much.
Skyway 6 Golf Echo, read back correct, and QNH 1020.
Okay, so that's 751. Which departures? Manchester Sit.
Ryanair 3983, taxi holding point Mike 1 via Juliet. Okay, then improve Mike 1 via Juliet, Ryanair 3983. Manchester Ground, Jersey 1371, we just vacated runway 23 right, requesting taxi to staff. Jersey 1371, Manchester Ground, good afternoon. Taxi to holding point Juliet 4 via Bravo, Kilo and Juliet. Taxi holding point Juliet 4 via Bravo, Kilo and Juliet, Jersey 1371. Jersey 1371, as you should expect, stand for 9er. If we have a Ryanair just leaving now.
Okay, let me get this all clearance set. So we've got our ATC clearance. We can set up the
Jersey 1371.
So let's come up to across here. Sorry if anybody's chatting, I'm ignoring it at the moment because I'm trying to get this flight set up. And I'm in a bit of a hurry today because I've got to go out a little bit later, so I'm trying to get this flight done in time, so excuse me if I don't. Close left aft cabin door. Oh, okay, that's all complete. So excuse me if I'm a little bit in a hurry rushing this through. Okay, so we are going, of course, from EGCC to LFPG, yeah, and cost index is going to be 26, cruising at flight level 330. Zero fuel weight block fuel is going to be 6.3 on the zero of that. Clear that. Which gives us a takeoff 0 it's 26.9.
Jersey 1371.
23.9.
Stand 49er via Kilo,
which
Juliet,
23.9 gives us about 1.3 up, shall we say? 1.3 up. So performance 1/up 1.3. There we go. Flight plan. So let's see. We are departing from our runway at 23 right via the Sand B Romeo departure. insert that flight plan. From Sandbar, we are then going UN859. So onto the airways, UN859 to Hon, and from Hon, UL612, UL612 to a WAD, 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 and then from WAD, UM605, UM65, takes us to Bivax. Okay, we'll just put that in for now. We'll worry about the other stuff later. Quite low takeoff speeds. Flight plan, okay, brilliant. Data link company fault. Not really bothering about that. That's just some new features. I've got to figure them out. I'll ignore them for now because I haven't got time to figure it out. So apologies for that if you expect to see that done properly. Let's see, ATC TCAS is on standby. Anti-skid is on. No idea what my initial climb is off the STID. Let's see, Samba 1 Romeo. Transition altitude 5,000. Departure to aircraft only. Speed price, spec, transition 5,000, engines cleared, altitude increasing 5,000. Well, we'll put the initial altitude in as 5,000, but I don't think he gave me a cleared altitude. But we'll put that in for argument's sake. With the radars off thrusters and ideas should be aligned. Are they? Curious. Well, plans in there. I did armor weird ears, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. Minutes. There, turn. Weird. Hopefully it's just because it's just off the radar. Okay, it is aligned, doors are closed, though. Seatbelt signs, no smoking, beacon light can go on. Seatbelt sign, no smoke, oops. Beacon light on. Checklist, tow truck, fuel pumps, all 6 on. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, that's. To start, we are ready for pushback and start. There we go, perfect. Manchester Grand, Skyway 6 Golf Echo, ready for push and start, please.
Skyway 6 Golf Echo, give way to the flyby. We have the late that's currently taxiing on stand. Then push and start approved, face east on Golf.
Give way to the flyby traffic, and then push and start approved, facing east on Golf for Skyway 6 Golf Echo. I don't see him. This is coming from the other direction. I really need to get going, my friend. Oh, weird. Manchester Ground, can you confirm the position of the Flyby, please, as I don't have a visual? That's for Skyway 6 Golf Echo.
Skyway 6 Golf Echo, so he's on the stand now, push and start approved, face east on Golf.
Push and start approved for Skyway 6 Golf Echo facing east on Golf. Okay. It must have gone past the ready, so we can push and start face east. Get my charts back up. Facing east on Golf, yeah. Perf pushback, nice to the right. I did activate Skytrack, please tell me I activated Skytrack, yes you did.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Locking gear. Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Still don't see where the Flyby is. His frame rate is pretty crap. Where's my frame rate here? Eesh. Seriously, that's a terrible frame rate. Okay, I'm gonna have to put the night boost on this. Yeah, so it kills the frames. So good to know. Unfortunately, I can't switch the boost on without restarting the simulator, so unfortunately I'm going to get super laggy departure. Wonderful. But this really was partly as a performance exercise in what is a frame rate heavy plane anyway, let's be honest. I need my charts back up.
Set parking brakes.
Start both engines, right? Why is the engine number 2 not starting? And number 1. Okay, starting up now. It's good. So, engine masters on. Ignition selectors will put around to normal momentarily.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Switch that back to normal. AP bleed can now be turned off. Aircon packs. There are anyway ground spoilers. Can be armed.
Left is
Quarter
clear.
brake set
Right is clear.
to max. Butcher and picture and flaps. AP master. You can switch that off.
Just to come to the Ryanair the contact
Side parking brake, I say.
Ryanair 3, Quebec, Whiskey, Manchester Ground, good afternoon. You're clear to Dublin by the Eclad 1 Rome Russia, runway 23 right, score 4437.
Good Dublin, the Eclad 1 Rome, runway 23 right, score 4437, Ryanair 3, Quebec Whiskey.
Ryanair 3, Quebec Whiskey, 3 correct, Manchester QNH 1020.
QNH 1007, Ryanair 3, Whiskey correct.
That's QNH 1020.
Manchester Ground, Skyway 6 Golf Echo, ready for taxi, please.
Skyway 6 Golf Echo, taxi holding point Mike 1, runway 23 right, via Golf 4 and Juliet.
Taxi to holding point Mike 1 via Golf 4 and Juliet, Skyway 6 Golf Echo. Okay.
Ryanair 3, Quebec Whiskey, repeat the squawk, correction the QNH please.
Ryanair 3 Quebec Whiskey, Manchester QNH 1020.
QNH 020, Ryanair 3, Quebec Whiskey, thank you.
Yeah, definitely have to go and turn trees off at night, I think, because that's killing the frame rate. Ooh boy, is that killing me.
Skyway 6 Golf Echo, no further ATC available, on Unicom 122, just about 80. Have a good flight, bye now.
Unicom on 122, decimal 8 for Skyway 6 Golf Echo, thank you, bye bye. Okay, so what you need to know so far is Black Marble absolutely canes the FPS. Oh boy, does it cane the FPS. So there you can see the night lighting. Up so. And now you can't, just straight into the clouds. Brilliant. Oops, set that. Okay, I've got a lot of insect splats on my screen. Okay, yeah, okay, so that's better. It just seems for some reason that the Manchester scenery was horrendously laggy. Let's try and continue my climb. So you can see the night lighting down there. Doesn't it look beautiful? I have to say that looks bloody good, doesn't it? That does look splendid. That is, so this obviously is, if you want to call it Orbx, it's not Orbx, it's black marble with vector, and I have to say, looking at that down there, I don't know how well it scales down to the resolution I'm using in YouTube, but on my 4K display it looks absolutely fantastic, I have to say. So over to local QNH. There's a whole load of stuff I forgot to do on departure. I know I didn't put the things to that I should have put them to. I can still see a degree of shimmer, but it's not to a point that's annoying, which is good. We of course have to set up, there's a whole load of stuff I need to do, not least of all set up my arrival. Anybody still on in Paris? No, fortunately Paris has gone offline. Let's move that down there. Yeah, I'm probably going to be best putting on the night boost for night flights, because otherwise it just does, especially with this overcast conditions as well, does cane the performance somewhat. Why can't I see the damn lighting? Ah, here it is. That's the one I've been looking for. Make that brighter. Shame about the weather, ruining it. You can see nice little view of it there. Look at that, doesn't that look absolutely splendid? I do like it, I think it looks damn good. Obviously, as I say, I can still see some shimmering, but to be honest, not in a way that I find bloody irritating. You do though get a little bit of light popping. I think you can see it here just in the corner there. That is probably more annoying, but certainly where the lights display properly, it does look fantastic. I love the way that you get the nice glow of the lights there as well. Yeah, it is, especially with overcast conditions in this plane, it is pretty hard on the frames, I do have to say. I can probably get round. Request pushback. Why night flights? Yeah, so basically I'm doing a nighttime flight because I wanted to check out Black Marble and Black Marble Vector, which I acquired recently. I'm just saying that it does seem pretty hard on the frames, although there is an option that I can activate for future night flights. I should improve that. Basically, it sort of manages the scene. It essentially turns off the trees, which you don't particularly see at night anyway. So yeah, we're just on a short hop down to Paris. Unfortunately, the weather is kind of ruining what I'd hoped to hope to do with this flight, which was to show obviously black marble. You did see a little bit of it earlier. Hopefully the weather will clear over Paris. Let's have a look what I've got to set up my approach for Paris in a minute actually. Get too carried away. 9 right, let's deal with the Paris approach first, it's most important. So we want to land on, in fact I can turn some lights off, let's get that done first. So those can come off, those off, those off, and that can come down 1. Yeah, the frame rate is going down. I mean, it's hit it hard. As I was just saying, there is an option for night flying on black marble to boost nighttime flying. Essentially what that does is turn off some of the auto-generated trees, for example, because obviously you don't really see them at night time. So yeah, I mean we've got a bit higher now, but we're still only getting around 14-15 FPS, so as you can see it's a pretty heavy hit. I may also need to adjust the autogen draw distance because I did turn that up quite a bit, so there's still quite a bit of tuning to be done on this, but hopefully it will I will work out sort of an optimum level of performance that still retains the visual quality, both in terms of how far you can see the scenery and the lights, and of course the frame rate, because I tell you what, the Fslabs can be, because of the latency and the controls responding that I've got, can be tricky enough to fly at the best of times without having poor frame rate. So essentially I'll set this flight up really just as sort of a benchmark, if you like, to test how the performance is, and yeah, it's pretty apparent for my next nighttime flight on this I'm going to have to make some alterations. In fact, if I pop onto the graphics now, I shouldn't really do this in VATSIM because it will pause it, but if we're very quick, we can see that we got the draw distance is set high. I don't want to tune that down a bit. There was a value actually changed in my config file, so I'll probably have to go and change that to a lower value. But right, where was I? Setting up the Paris approach, so let me just do that, and I believe the active there is a 9 right. We're approaching from Bibax, so I'll just need to get my charts active a second so I can see where we're going with that. Where's my Navigraph charts? So I want to come back out of there, LFPG. How do I get back out of there? Yeah, no, it is. No, I don't need to do that. How do I get back out of that? Oh, there we go. So it was talking about giving me Biba 8V, which would give me what? Arrival. So I want to see the LFPG charts, approach. So we're approaching for runway 9 right. It's this one. Okay, I want to pin that on, and the star Biba 8V would work. So yeah, Biba 8V will bring me down there. Well, Biba X would give me a more direct approach actually if I used that. But we'll stick with Biba 8V. If that is even an option. So Biba 8V, 4E. Okay, let's insert that. Okay, we'll come back to the flight plan. Let's just get a check out where we are. Let's just check my chat. Okay, frames. Oh, it doesn't help that it's overcast as well. That probably impacts it too. Okay, frames. Oh, it doesn't help that it's overcast as well. That probably impacts it too. That probably impacts it too. But certainly I'm going to have to do some tweaking. Let's just look at the plan and step through that. Interesting approach path. Let's go, let's clear out. Okay, we like that. Oops. Let's also keep an eye on. These are charts. I need taxi charts as well. Taxi airports. So we're going to be landing 9 right, which is up on the right there. I better get the parking stands as well. Yep. Terminal 2 parking stands. Yeah, it should be good. Enough of those. Oops. Okay, whether we can expect upon arrival, let's just have a look at that. Weather request. Winds variable, a little bit of clouds scattered about, quite warm in Paris. We'll obviously fill out the performance in due course. So you can see once again how, I may have mentioned this on videos and streams in the past, how I just feel that X-Plane's far better optimised, certainly for nighttime flying. I mean, if you've ever flown X-Plane and watched any of my X-Plane videos at night, you've seen the gorgeous nighttime visuals. Now, the visuals at nighttime with black marble, I still keep wanting to call it Orbx, with black marble, are certainly much better, at least at low altitudes. I mean, at high altitudes, you're not really seeing any lighting, you're just seeing those streaky lines there. Yeah, that's not so great, to be honest. I was hoping to see a bit better than that. But certainly low down you get some nice visuals, but at one hell of a performance cost, it has to be said. Certainly at high altitude, I don't know, that does feel reasonably realistic. You're not going to see individual light bulbs at 30,000 feet, are you? So yeah, actually looks, I'm quite happy with it. It is expensive though, and I did originally just buy the base product, which I think was around about just over £20, and that doesn't really give you much. I mean, especially if you're using Orbx Vector, having black marble base just isn't enough in relation to that. You don't get great displays of lighting, it's pretty sporadic and not great. Buy the Vector product, it is expensive, it's about an extra, I think, £40 or something. It's very pricey all in all. Is it value for money? I tell you what, if you're running Orbx Vector, if you're running the Orbx lighting and you're not getting shimmers in the distance on your display, I would say no, it's not worth it. Even though I do think the visuals do look a little bit nice, and for that price I don't think it's worth it. If, like me, you had a lot of problems with shimmers, and I did, even with a 4K display, the distance shimmering just looked as ugly as hell, then yeah, if it bothers you to the extent that it bothered me, then I would say definitely go for it. Razor Law, hey, hello, thank you, welcome to my stream. Just talking through the sort of the merits of black marble and whether it's actually worth the price. How much is a game? Well, I mean, P3D is a standalone product. I think if you get an academic license, is around about £40. UK money. I don't know where in the world you're watching this from. If you then start adding add-ons like the Orbx stuff and obviously Fslabs like I'm flying at the moment, then it gets a lot more expensive. But the base game itself is around about £40. Just to give you an idea, Fslabs, I think that's just over £100. It's a very expensive add-on. Orbx regions, they often have sales. In fact, there's a sale they've just had on now that's just finished, but typically their regions price around about £30 to £40 as well. Pro tip for Orbx: if you're going to buy this and get Orbx, they have a lot of sales. Don't pay full price for the Orbx stuff. Hold on and wait, because they have a lot of sales and you save yourself a lot of money. Unfortunately, the likes of Fslabs, I don't think I've ever seen them have a sale. There is a cheaper Airbus option by Aerosoft. I'm trying to think what their price point is. So it's certainly a lot cheaper than the Fslabs. So is it on Steam? P3D is not on Steam as far as I'm aware. Its predecessor FSX is, but FSX is only 32-bit. P3D is 64-bit. So basically Lockheed Martin do P3D. They bought the rights from Microsoft who did FSX. It's literally the same simulator under a different name, and then obviously Lockheed Martin have now enhanced it. But as far as I'm aware, P3D is not available on Steam. You pretty much have to buy it direct from Lockheed Martin on their Prepare 3D website. There's a number of license options. I think there's obviously the academic license I'm using. There's a professional license which costs a lot more, and there's also a developer's license which I think works out kind of like a monthly subscription. So depending on what you're going to be using the sim for, I think most people probably go for the academic license, to be fair, unless obviously you're developing scenery or other add-ons. Let's see, we're at cruising altitude now. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So yeah, I don't get to. I mean, I'm doing a stream now. At the moment, I don't get to stream. Thank you very much. I honestly don't get to stream too much at the moment. I've got quite a busy life, but I usually upload quite a few videos from shorter flights. I do P3D flying, X-plane flying as well. So basically, two main simulators I cover, yeah, you'll see me everywhere from Europe to America, and yeah, probably venturing to other parts at some point as well. VATSIM pretty quiet at the moment, but it usually is this time of day. I did have some ground control on in Manchester. There was someone on at Charles de Gaulle. They're gone now, so it's probably just going to be Unicom for the remainder of this rather short flight. Yeah, we're only about 120, just over nautical miles from the top of descent. And now we're at, yeah, the frame rates are terrible. It's Man City fault. I made some tweaks on the Prepare 3D CFG file, or the scenery file within it, and yeah, with this frame rate I'm definitely going to tune it down a bit. But yeah, so the purpose of this flight, doing this short nighttime flight, was basically just as a benchmark test for black marble. Is the flight duration realistic? Yeah, it's flying in real time, so I think SimBrief gave me an air time of about an hour down to Charles de Gaulle, which works out about right. Obviously you can accelerate time, so for example if I'm doing a long haul flight from let's say Amsterdam across to New York, then if you haven't got sort of several hours to sit in front of your PC, you can accelerate time. Obviously you can't accelerate time on VATSIM. VATSIM, which is the online network I'm on, you always have to fly in real time. So I'm hoping the frame rate I'm hoping the frame rate's going to hold up in Paris, because if it's anything like it was in Manchester, it's going to be fun trying to land this thing, because it was very I was down into the single figures frame rate. So as I say, I have to go away with P3D, yeah, by all means get it. Just be aware though that, as I say, if you want to I would have loved to have become a pilot as well. Unfortunately, my eyesight dictated otherwise. That's a story for another time. But yeah, P3D, yeah, by all means get it. Just be aware though, if you want to get it looking good, it is going to cost you a bit. The great advantage of X-Plane, and you know, which I think they're both great simulators, that's why I have both of them, but the great advantage of X-Plane is if you're on a lower budget, or if you don't want to spend out so much in the beginning, there's a lot of good stuff you can get for free. The Zevo mod 737, for example, ortho scenery, photoreal scenery, that's free. Airports that people have created that look great, free. So those are just some of the advantages. But yeah, P3D is still a great simulator in its own right, but just be aware, if you do want to get it looking good, I mean, if you check, I haven't put it in the description yet actually on my stream, but if you look at some of my other videos, I have in the description all the add-ons I have, and if you add up all the add-ons I've had, which I've accumulated over about 2 or 3 years, it does get quite expensive. So just be aware of that. Although, as I said, fortunately, okay. So yeah, I mean, if you got some money to go, then yeah, sure, by all means, invest in this. It's great. You'll have an absolute blast. And as you say, if you're interested in becoming a pilot, then yeah, pick up some of the things like the Fslabs, PMDG. These are study level simulation software, which will certainly aid in your learning if you know, if you're looking at a career in aviation, definitely. I've got someone on my TCAS right in front of me, which is interesting because I don't think, where am I on the I'm trying to find myself on VATSIM at the moment. I've been paying attention. He's about 14,000 below me. He's only 20 nautical miles ahead of me. I don't know where this guy's going. Let's try and figure out where I am. I'm UKV. Where would I be? Let's see if I get the that up. Should be able to have a look. Oh, so we're above him. That's okay. Top of descent. Yeah, you're welcome, and yeah, of course, if you, yeah, bye, we'll see you again, and don't forget, if you have any more questions you'd like to ask, just leave something on the comments, leave something on one of my Facebook pages, and I'll get back to you and help you as much as I can. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, look forward to catching up with you again in the future. Right, let me see where we are. There's no ATC on in Paris. How many inbound flights have we got to Paris? Ooh, Paris is looking rather busy. And we're over here. Okay, that's interesting. It's Golf Echo. He's going to... Oh, I think that's part of the aircraft in front of me is actually there's another YouTube page called Flight Sim Bests, well worth subscribing to. Basically, it's usually a once weekly video of compilation of streamers, YouTubers, you know, people on Twitch, whatever, and it's usually a sort of a compilation of sometimes quite amusing clips. And apparently they are organising a group flight today from Cardiff down to Corfu, and I believe the guy on my TCAS in front of me is on that adventure. Okay, let's just see where we are on my flights. 18 nautical miles out. This landing's going to be quite interesting. If my frame rate doesn't hold up. Crosswinds about 32 knots, so nothing too much of a problem. I'm also going to have to look into this whole data link things. I know they added a whole host of new features on the Fslabs recently, and I haven't even got around to really delving into it, but yeah, I will at some point get on and do that. Yeah, I should have switched on live ATC, but I'm happy enough just to talk for now. In fact, actually I might switch on some live ATC. Well, we're still over the UK. I'll tell you what, I put on Paris live ATC though, I think. Or have Dublin Tower actually. Changed my mind. Ireland. So just have some background ATC chatter, which will be live from Dublin Tower at this very instant. The reason why it's Dublin Tower is because there's no UK live feeds, unfortunately. Quite a few inbound flights to Paris, so probably have to use a bit of Unicom to navigate myself down. I don't have a lot of time left before I need to go out, so I'm hoping that I may even have to disconnect to avoid any problems. We shall see as we get nearer, because I haven't got time to go around. As I say, I've got to go out later. Just about squeeze this stream in. Okay, let's put the approach data in. So we'll need that as we come into land, obviously. Add-ons, weather request. So wind is variable at 4 knots. That's always handy. 1025 is QNH. Temperature is a very warm 23 degrees. And magnitude is so we're landing runway 9. So let's say treat it as if there's a headwind, 4 knots. Decision height 200. Clear. The approach speed is quite slow, as I say. It's going to be interesting to see how this landing goes down with the way my frame rate's suffering without said that. What are we up to now frame rate wise? Yeah, hovering around the 20, that's better, there we go, there's hope for me yet. Obviously down in Manchester it's totally ridiculous. So I will have to go away and make some adjustments in relation to that. I don't need a weather request very much. Let's see, so who have we got going into Charles de Gaulle? AFI France. There's 2 aircraft in front of me. Okay.
Great, down to flight level 80, we are 250 this time. I can do this. Today 18, Mother 7, bye bye. 29 Quebec Romeo, speed 250, right heading 360. Heading 360, speed 250, Ryan, 29 Romeo. 99 Tango Julius, contact approach, 21, Tango Julius, bye. 29 Quebec Romeo, continue right heading 065. 065 for entering Quebec Romeo. Tango Julius. 173 now, passing 2,290 on the Lano side up. 72 because they climb flight level 160. Climb flight level 160, Shamrock, 72 Lima.
Actually, so they're the further central.
Quebec, 29 Quebec Romeo, direct roll up.
We got as our arrival. Be about 8 of you, okay.
Pushing fire through St. Louis Point Juliet, QNH 101. Quebec West, you roger cleared back, so 1 Lima, I'm on runway 28, I'm number 1 trader. Back to 1 Lima, then 130, and 3 Quebec. Quebec Romeo from 230. Flight 230, 29 Quebec Romeo. 989 Hotel Romeo, vacate Sierra 5 onto Sierra, contact ground 121.8, bye bye.
Yeah, simulation pause was. Oh yeah, because probably I've left pause at top of descent on. Thought for a horrible minute that had decided to crash on me. Actually not.
Only 28, clear takeoff.
Runway 28, clear for takeoff, runway 76 Victor X-ray, Quebec.
So yeah, approaching our top of descent. We'll shortly be descending down into Charles de Gaulle. It's uncontrolled, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, let's begin our descent. Take down 20 flags initially. Here we go.
Quebec Whiskey, contact up on 132.580, good day.
3258, Renere, 3 Quebec Whiskey, ciao.
3215, good day, data checks, cleared, Boeing 1 Lima, arrival, landing, runway 28. Boeing 1 Lima for 28, so 3215, thank you for delay. Negative, expect straight in, runway 28.
Darling, Renere, 3 Quebec Whiskey, very good afternoon, back to Box 1 Lima, descending 130.
Hello! Long time no see. Yeah, welcome to, you've just joined me at the right time. Just began my descent down into Charles de Gaulle. We're on P3D today, as I was wanting to test out the black marble night lighting. And so far that I've found that it doesn't half tank the FPS. My FPS on a departure from Manchester is horrendous. I'm hoping it's going to hold up for the arrival, otherwise the landing could be quite entertaining. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, pleased it's the weekend. It's always good. First time I've had some time to stream in a while. I've been pretty busy. I hope you're good as well. Yeah, so I was just saying the FPS might not be too great on the landing here because I have a new add-on and I've still got to optimise it for my system. So this is just basically a benchmark flight for that. So I'll go away and tweak it some further, and hopefully in the future the FPS will be a bit better. Not that it's ever particularly great in the Fslabs A320, but there we are. Yeah, I don't get too much time to stream at the moment. I'm hoping to get into a position where I can kind of stream once a week. There's going to be about 2 weeks, end of July, beginning of August, where I'll be able to stream a lot more because my family will be away again. So I'll have a lot of time for streaming during then. Other than that, it's just going to be approach videos and general aviation flights until then, as and when I have the time to do them.
Ryder 760 X-ray, looks like it would be 4 top.
It's Fly UK, the airline, although I'm using a British Airways livery. Fly UK is a totally fictitious airline, obviously, and it's the first virtual airline I joined, and I like them because they have a really good fleet choice and a really good route map where you can fly with them. You can do flights in Europe, you can do flights in America, you can do flights in Australia. The general aviation tours you may have seen on my channel, they also have a flying club where you can do those and get the routes as well. So if you're looking for a virtual airline to join, they are pretty good. The only requirements they have, I think, is I don't know if there's an age limit, I can't remember, but I know they just need you to do literally one flight a month to stay an active pilot. So yeah, we're with Fly UK in the Fslabs A320, but with a British Airways livery, because for some reason with the Fslabs I can't get the Fly UK livery to work. Every other livery I can, their one I can't, and so yeah, I use the British Airways one. Yeah, I'm in P3D today because I recently got Black Marble. It's a night lighting program for P3D, so I wanted to test it out with a nighttime flight. I did actually explain yesterday the approach video you may have seen into LODs, although unfortunately the scenery messed up a bit in my scenery config order. It put the ortho tile at the top, so you didn't get any of the auto gens, a bit annoying. And the ILS didn't work for some reason as well, but that was with the new let's just concentrate a minute. Oh, I need to reduce my altitude. The new Zebo mod. It was about the third time I tried to do LODs because the previous two times X-Plane actually crashed on me, but updating the Zebo mod fortunately resolved that issue. I've got to pay a little bit of attention here because there's quite a bit of traffic coming into Charles de Gaulle, and I want to make sure I'm not getting in anyone's way and they're not getting in my way. We should hopefully arrive just in front of this Air France flight. I can activate. Yeah, speed breakers armed. It's probably going to be a Ryanair landing today. A reason because I'm not expecting great FPS on landing because of these new add-ons I'm using, still trying to optimise. I mean, at Manchester departing, I only had about 9 FPS. It was a real status show. So if I get that on landing, coupled with the latency you tend to get with the Fslabs in controlling it, if we get a smooth landing, if we get an Emirates landing, it will be probably a miracle. If it comes down with a bit of a Ryanair thump, then yeah, don't be surprised on that. We'll do our best as always. Let me just check my approach charts. So we should have 110.1 dialed in. Let me just check the radio nav. And because good old P3D is a little bit out of date, I just have to go on the map here and check that they haven't changed the ILS code for 9 ILS frequency for 9 right. 9 right is still 110.1. Brilliant, that's fine. We're okay on that. That's fortuitous. Let's hide that at the top there. Oh, I forgot to look at what the 4000 intercept glide slope. Put that in now. FPG traffic. Oh, hopefully we're just going to get in front of the Air France flight. As there's quite a few departures from LFPG as well, from Charles de Gaulle rather. So yeah, things will be kept busy. Shame there's no controller online, although I'm not surprised because we're flying quite early on VATSIM. Usually you want to be on at sort of it's around 7 o'clock is a good time for VATSIM typically. Although I've got to get, as soon as I've done this flight, I've got to go out. So yeah, I should just fit this in. Yeah, see, doesn't help with the frame rate that it's so overcast as well. And it's kind of torpedoed my plan to showcase black marble night lighting as well, because you're not going to see it through a cloud. Hopefully as we come into land you will see it. It is an improvement, I have to say, over default, when I say default lighting, Orbx night lighting. However, it is pricey. It is a pricey add-on that wasn't cheap. Let's see, we're on the auto brake already, so I don't forget that later.
Okay, no, our plan is showing Tesla and then down to FedEx for London.
Okay, Shamrock 28 Hotel, Roger for Mike.
Yeah, let me see if there's an overhead master light. I'm just trying to think. There's an overhead interior light, but that's the one I want. There we go. Right. So basically, yeah, I think the cockpit is quite nicely. Oh, you're not going to see anything up the back. That's too dark. I think I've done a pretty reasonable job of modelling the cockpit. If you see here, you even get I don't know if you can see this on the stream because obviously it scales it down to the YouTube 4K. But you even get bug splatters. That's what this mark here and this mark here is on the right side there. You can see bug splatters all over my windscreen. And there is a rain effect, although I don't think it's going to rain on this flight, so you won't get to see that. But yeah, the bug splatters bit is kind of cool, but yuck at the same time. Be interested to see if it rains and you put the windscreen wipers on, if it actually washes them off. Yes, I need to switch that on. Yeah, it's pretty good, which is just as well because the Fslabs is not a cheap add-on, so you'd expect the texture quality to be high. It is this aircraft. I'll just turn the light off if you don't mind. It is quite heavy on performance. Where did I? Oh, dome light off. Oops. There you go. Yeah, it's quite heavy on the performance. Certainly performance-wise, the A320 on X-Plane is better, I would agree with you. The other thing I like about it on X-Plane 11 is it handles a lot better in that it responds instantly to any stick movements I make. With the Fslabs, I don't know if it's the way I've got my flight stick configured, but there is quite a bit of lag in me moving controls and the plane responding. Yeah, the 777 on P3D is great. I haven't flown the 777 on X-Plane, but X-Plane, as I say, really needs some good quality, more good quality long-haul options. I think the flight factor 7 is either the 757 or 767 is supposed to be quite good, but other ones not so great by all accounts. Okay, we're just coming down to 10,000. See where everybody's coming into. It's coming that way. Alright. See a little bit of lighting down there. Ah, there we go. So yeah, I do quite. Unfortunately, it still pops in, which is a bit of a pain. But other than that, I do like it. Put the landing lights on. Certainly looks better than the Orbx night lighting, that's for sure.
Okay, we are now cleared to push until TRP Echo facing south, and then I will ask you for clearance to cross the subway in 121 X-ray.
Frames are holding up at the moment. Yeah, you're most welcome. Yeah, it was good fun. I did enjoy that. It's a good airport to fly down to, Basel, actually. I did enjoy doing that one. Thank you very much.
Surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, runway 28 clear land.
Yeah, so why does it pop so? I need to stop that popping. I tell you what, if this night lighting didn't pop as much as it did, and had a little bit more range to it, it would look damn good. Okay, let's switch over to local QNH. Oh, I've not been paying attention because we're a little bit above profile. I think we're going to catch a profile back up. That's good. Cabin tour. I'm not really sure it's certainly not whilst I'm trying to land, and I'm not really sure there's hold on, let me have a look quickly. I don't think they've got any internal. I don't think they've got a cabin view on this, to be honest with you. Let me see. Static port gear view. It'd be something I'd have to set up in chase plane, which I can't do at the moment. I will look at getting that done in future, and I tell you what, next time I do a flight in this, I will try and get you a cabin tour view. But I'm a little bit pressed for time now because I've literally got to land this and go out. But as and when I can, I will try and do it on another time. I will try and do a cabin tour for you. Yeah, this night lighting looks great, but as you can see, it doesn't half pop. So I need to get on top of that, stop the scenery popping, and if I can do that, if this night lighting looked like that all the way, ah man, it looks fantastic. Right, we're going to be, let's concentrate on landing, because we are going to be landing soon. Oops. You can see the outside of the plane, that looks good, doesn't it?
The passage, Shamrock to Hotel, thanks. 3 QNH 1016. 3000 feet, QNH 106, above La Morana, 4 kilo.
Okay, let's concentrate on what I'm doing here. I thought I had that on. Okay, we're going to be on final soon. Frame rates are holding up quite well. I wonder why Manchester was so bad then. So we can activate the localizer in a minute. So we'll be shortly on finals. So yeah, we're just flying over Paris now. Oh, that's so bright, let's darken that a bit. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a good landing or not, but I guess we'll find out very shortly. Let's go flaps 1 then. We'll be turning onto it. In fact, we can arm the approach already because we're below the glide slope easily. Autopilot 2 needs to be engaged as well. Just announce on Unicom. SVG traffic. Finals. 9. Alright.
Can you remove back to 1 Lima?
So yeah, we're going to be landing 9 right, of course.
F31 contact Dublin on 132.580.
132.280 and 31 byte.
132.580.
132.580 and 31 byte.
Romeo, Yankee, China, Lambo, 10-3, that's Lambo. 330.016.
Roger, okay, Lambda 9 and 3 short.
So 9 right, and see the runway ahead of me there. So we'll put the flaps further out and get the gear down very shortly. Well, yeah, let's hope we don't let the passengers down on this one. Good news is my frame rate seems to be holding up, which makes me think it's more maybe my airport scenery in Manchester which was killing me. Okay, let's go flaps 2, let's get the gear down. Go flaps all the way, we've got quite a low landing speed today. So, have to bear that in mind. That night lighting does look pretty good for P3D.
Number 180 Bravo Bravo Dublin, good evening. Squawk 0416.
I've still got Dublin as a live ATC feed instead of Paris.
2000 feet or Killiney. 2000 feet for Killiney, we are squawking 0416 and 1016 set Bravo Bravo. 77 Charlie, good day, line up runway 28. Ryanair 2595, comes to 723.775.
13775, 2595.
143, contact 723.775.
Alright, let's concentrate on landing now.
Ryanair 786, 185.
So hopefully the frames will hold up enough to make a reasonable landing. I'm not holding out too much hope though. As I said, we'll go away and make adjustments. Yeah, scenery sliders.
Quebec, increase speed to 60 knots on the final 1 Lima arrival. No, but 1 Lima down.
We're going into Charles de Gaulle. Charles de Gaulle is arrival. Yeah, so let's see, gear is down, speed brake is armed, lights 3 greens, we will disable momentarily the autopilots. It'll be interesting to see how Black Marble looks when I watch this video back later, because on 4K and obviously I'm only I've got it scaled down for YouTube to, what is it, 1.9 whatever. I don't know how good it will look, but certainly on my 4K screen it looks absolutely spectacular.
Delta Sierra, stand by for slow, we'll call in a couple of minutes, traffic behind you. Okay, correct about. Push behind your stand with Air Lingus A320 starting on Sierra.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sure I got that pronunciation horrendously wrong. We'll just call it CDG, shall we? Oh, my frame rate's going. Oh dear, this is not so good. Brace for impact. Yeah, I'm going to have to go away and alter my settings with this new night lighting.
500.
Okay, autopilot off. Here we go. Let's try and get it down without it going too badly wrong.
300 above.
Yeah, luck. I certainly need that because this frame rate's gone horrendous again.
Minimum.
Oh, we're low. Come on, pull up. Oh, this is
100.
terrible. Crap. If we can get it on the runway, I'll be happy.
50. 40. 30. Retard.
Oh, that's going to be a bit hard land. Oh, no. That's... Oh, we're down. But the frame rate, as you can see, is horrendous. So yeah, I'll go away and alter my settings, and yeah, I'll hopefully get that better next time. Right, let's just go and get off the runway, because there's going to be other traffic coming in behind me. We'll just go and taxi to a random stand somewhere. I don't know whether to bother with the replay because, well, the frame rate wasn't great, but I don't know, we'll see. Oops, we're off the runway at least. So yeah, I think we'll see from the slideshow replay that, because the frame rate here is only 11. That's terrible. Yeah, it's the same as it was in Manchester. So I've got to go away and sort the. I haven't even turned Nightbot. Where's Nightbot come from? I haven't even turned him on. That's incredible. I didn't even realise I had Nightbot on. There he is. Right, we'll go over to the gate somewhere. I'm glad ATC's not online because I really don't know my way around this airport, especially at night time. Yeah, I think considering the, I tell you what, considering the terrible frame rate I had, yeah, I don't think that was too bad. We were nicely on the centre line, probably quite, yeah, we survived. Probably some sore necks perhaps, or backs, or spines, but yeah, considering the horrendous frame rate, we did alright there. So yeah, I'll just, as I say, go to the nearest stand I can find, and then God, this place is a maze.
Uniform identified line flight level 120. Flight level 130, running for East Topic. Run 8 Delta Bravo, descent flight level 110.
That's right, I'm probably going to disconnect from VATSIM now. Yeah, let's disconnect. Because I'll just park it up here somewhere and then we'll just do the replay. I'm not too bothered about going. I know, strictly speaking, I should go to the gate, but as I say, I've got to go out shortly, so I'll literally just stop it somewhere here in a minute and we'll run through the replay quickly. I know I should be parking at a gate, so I'll tell you what, we'll just come over to this one here. Oh, that frame rate. I really don't want to taxi around in this slideshow of a frame rate either, to be honest with you.
Charlie, level 130. Just 130, Lufthansa 11, take your runner,
I'll tell you what, some gates over here we can go to. There we go.
left runway 164, short runway 3. Hotel 1, left runway 164,
Then we'll have a quick look at the replay, and then yeah, I've got to go off. Not sure when I'll be streaming next. There's a small chance I might be able to get a stream in on Sunday. If I do, I'll obviously schedule it on YouTube again. Otherwise, it will just be the usual sort of videos that I've been putting up recently. Let's try. Yeah, I've really got to sort out this FPS. Oh, I thought there was a taxiway here. Really made a mess of this. Plane's telling me I've made a mess of it. Yeah, we're not really aligned very well here, are we? Let's just. So that's not in Corsair table config. Let's just stop here. And yeah, we'll go and have a quick look at the slideshow replay. Probably not going to see too much in the dark anyway, to be honest with you. Let's see, parking brake on. Let's kill the throttles. Oops. Fire my P-rep. It's here. Yep. Panel state, just got to load the state. This is what X-Plane does a lot better, is replays, because you have to improvise a bit to get the replay to show properly in P3D. It's something they do need to sort out. And I can't see jack up the top. Yes, I can. It's good. Strobes, no on. Sure, the lights I want on are on. Oops. Yeah, so make sure the flaps are set properly. Now we can have a look at the replay. Right, let's go and have a look at the replay. Yeah, I can certainly do a flight to there at some point. If you're wanting if you're wanting me to do it as a stream, it's going to be a while till I can do that. If you just want to see the approach video, I can certainly do that a lot sooner. Let me just run through the replay of this flight. So yeah, if it's up to you, if you'd like to see a full stream from, well, I guess from somewhere to there, then yeah, it's not. I'm probably not going to have the time to do it until the end of July. If you just want to see the approach, then yeah, I can pretty much do that when I next do a flight that goes there. Anyway, let's have a look at this landing. Oh, look at that nice night lighting. Look at that. Let's see how bad this landing was, shall we? Oh yeah, that was quite a hefty landing actually. At least we got it nice on the centre line, but yeah, with this frame rate, it was a lot better than I expected with this frame rate I've been getting, put it that way. Let's do a quick wing view, and then yeah, I've got to go. So here's the wing view. Beautiful, night lighting there. But yeah, the frame rate, oh my god, that's diabolical, isn't it? Shame, because it means I've got to kill some of my settings, probably. Should do that nice. P3D just, for some reason, does not get the best performance at night. X-Plane, as I said many a times, and I'll continue to say many a times, is just far superior in that respect. It's one of the reasons why I love flying an X-Plane at night so much. Yeah, this is just, ooh, it's such a slideshow. But anyway, this just about brings us to the end of this stream. I will of course be back again in the very near future, probably with videos, and yeah, just stay tuned. As I say, as and when I can stream again, I'll announce it. And yeah, don't forget to, oh yeah, there's a heavy landing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes, I will certainly do a flight to Antalya for you. I'll probably pronounce that wrong as well. As I say, if you want it as a stream, so the whole flight, it's probably going to be a while until I can do that for you. If you're just happy with it being just the approach video that I tend to put out, then I can do that a lot sooner. But anyway, I've got to go now. Thank you very much everyone who's watched, and thank you very much everyone who's also subscribed, and I will see you again on another flight in the very near future with hopefully a lot better FPS if it's P3D. Thank you once again, and goodbye.
Channel Delta Sierra, Roger.